Today, we're remembering Arturo Gatti Jr., the 17-year-old son of the electrifying Thunder Gatti, whose promising path in the ring was tragically cut short, echoing the heartbreak of his father's own mysterious end. His death on October 7, 2025, has left the boxing world reeling, sparking grief, questions, and a renewed look at a family marked by triumph and unimaginable loss. We're covering it all: the shocking details of his cause of death, his family dynamics, his age, net worth, girlfriend, and a full biography of a teen who was just stepping into the spotlight. This is gonna be a long, emotional tribute packed with stories from the Gatti legacy, tributes from the sport, and the kid with the fire to make his own thunder. Whether you're a fan of Arturo Sr.'s epic wars with Mickey Ward, curious about the family saga, or here to honor a life that deserved more rounds, grab a tissue, get comfy, and let's dive into the story of Arturo Gatti Jr. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning with Arturo Gatti Jr.'s biography, because even in his short time, he was already carving a path in a sport defined by his dad's roar. Arturo Gatti Jr. was born on January 10, 2008, in Las Vegas, Nevada, the son of the legendary boxer Arturo "Thunder" Gatti and his second wife, Amanda Rodrigues, a Brazilian former dancer who became his mom at just 10 months old when tragedy struck the family. Coming into the world just months before his father's death, Arturo Jr. was thrust into a legacy of glory and grief from day one. Arturo Sr., the Italian-Canadian brawler with a heart as big as his punches, had won world titles in 3 weight classes and fought some of the most epic wars in boxing history, like the trilogy with Mickey Ward that inspired the movie The Fighter. But on July 11, 2009, Arturo Sr. was found dead in a hotel room in Porto de Galinhas, Brazil, during a family vacation, hanged, ruled a suicide after initial murder suspicions against Amanda were cleared. Baby Arturo was there with his mom when the world shattered. Amanda, who had met Arturo Sr. in 2006 and married him in Vegas in 2007, packed up their life and moved to Cancun, Mexico, to raise her son away from the media storm and give him a chance at normalcy. In Mexico, Arturo Jr. grew up in a loving but guarded home, with Amanda working as a single mom to provide stability. She kept Arturo Sr.'s memory alive through stories and videos of his fights, but focused on giving her boy a fresh start, school, friends, and dreams of his own. By his early teens, the boxing bug bit hard. Arturo Jr. started training at local gyms in Cancun, watching endless clips of his dad's knockouts and channeling that Thunder energy. He was a natural, quick hands, solid footwork, and a mean hook that echoed his old man's power. At 15, he was sparring with pros, posting workout videos on Instagram showing mitt sessions and bag work, captioning them with fire emojis and "Thunder in training." He wasn't a pro yet, no official fights or contracts, but scouts whispered about potential, seeing the family DNA in his footwork and power. Arturo Sr. had other kids, daughter Sophia from his first marriage to Misty, but Arturo Jr. grew up mostly with Amanda, visiting Sophia occasionally. Extended family in Brazil and Canada kept ties, but Amanda was his world, cooking feijoada, driving to gyms, and telling stories of Thunder's glory. Life was simple: beach days in Cancun, school in the mornings, gym in the afternoons, but the Gatti name opened doors to amateur bouts and scout interest. He wasn't signed to any major promotions yet, just a kid with gloves and grit, balancing high school with hopes of a debut by 18. Tragically, his story ended before it really began, but those who knew him said he had the heart of a champion. Fans sharing old family photos on X call him Thunder's heir, 17 and full of promise. Now, the part that's got the boxing world in stunned silence: Arturo Gatti Jr.'s cause of death. On Tuesday, October 7, 2025, the 17-year-old was found dead in his apartment in Cancun, Mexico, by his mother Amanda Rodrigues, hanging from a rope in a method eerily mirroring his father's 2009 suicide in Brazil. Amanda discovered him unresponsive, and emergency services pronounced him dead at the scene. Authorities quickly ruled it a suicide, with no foul play suspected, but the parallels are chilling. Arturo Sr. was found hanged in a hotel room during a vacation with Amanda and baby. Arturo, initially suspected as murder, Amanda was briefly detained but cleared. For Jr., the investigation is ongoing, but early reports point to asphyxiation by neck constriction, with no note or signs of struggle. Amanda, devastated, hasn't spoken publicly, but Arturo Sr.'s former bodyguard Chuck Zito broke the news on Instagram, writing, "RIP to 17-year-old Arturo Gatti Jr., who was found hanging in an apartment in Mexico yesterday. The same way they found his father dead in an apartment in Brazil 16 years ago." The tragedy has reignited questions about the Gatti family curse. Senior's suicide came after a career of highs and personal lows, and Jr. was just starting his boxing journey. The community is rallying, with promoters like Golden Boy offering condolences and fans calling for mental health support in youth sports. X is flooded with grief, posts like, "Arturo Jr. at 17, same way as dad. Heartbreaking, Thunder's legacy deserves better. It's a loss that feels too raw, too soon for a kid with everything ahead." Arturo Jr. was 17 when he passed, born January 10, 2008, a number that punches the gut because he was barely out of boyhood, full of dreams and that Gatti fire just starting to flicker. At around 5 feet 9 inches with a lean, fighter's frame from gym sessions, he had his dad's intense eyes and a smile that hinted at untapped charisma. Fans sharing training clips remember a teen with heart, posting, "17 and Arturo Jr. was Thunder reborn, gone before his first bell." Girlfriend? Arturo Gatti Jr. had no public girlfriend or wife. At 17, he was a high school kid in Cancun, focused on training and school, keeping his personal life out of the spotlight like his mom encouraged. No confirmed relationships or crushes leaked. He posted mostly boxing reels and family memories on social media. Friends say he was shy about romance, more interested in sparring partners than dates. The tragedy leaves that chapter unwritten, but Amanda's guidance was all about protecting his youth. Fans on X said, "Arturo Jr.'s heart was for the ring, love would have come with time." Family. Arturo Jr.'s family was small but unbreakable, anchored by his mom Amanda Rodrigues, the Brazilian widow who raised him through unimaginable loss. Born to Arturo Sr. and Amanda in 2008, he was their only child together. Amanda, a former dancer and stripper who met Gatti in 2006 and married him in Vegas in 2007, was just 22 when Sr. died in 2009, leaving her to flee the media storm with baby Arturo to Mexico. She worked hard as a single mom, shielding him from the Sr.'s dark history of abuse and addiction, and poured love into his boxing dreams. Arturo Sr. had other kids, daughter Sophia from his first marriage to Misty, but Jr. grew up mostly with Amanda, visiting Sophia occasionally. Extended family in Brazil and Canada kept ties, but Amanda was his world, cooking feijoada, driving to gyms, and telling stories of Thunder's glory. After his death, Amanda's been silent, but friends say she's leaning on Sophia and Gatti Sr.'s boxing pals for support. The Gatti legacy is complicated. Sr.'s 2009 suicide probe cleared Amanda, but the family stayed fractured. Fans on X poured love, saying, "Amanda raised Thunder's heir alone, her strength is legendary." Kids. Arturo Gatti Jr. had no kids. At 17, he was a teen navigating life, training, and high school, with no family of his own yet. His focus was the ring, dreaming of pro fights, and Amanda kept him grounded in youth. The tragedy leaves that future blank, but his memory will inspire young boxers. Fans on X said, "Arturo Jr.'s legacy is dreams deferred, a dad someday, but gone before." Net worth. As a 17-year-old aspiring boxer, Arturo Jr.'s net worth was negligible, under $10,000, from small allowances or gym sponsorships. Living with Amanda in Cancun, he wasn't earning. The Gatti family fortune from Sr.'s career, estimated $4 million at death, disputed in court, went to Amanda after 2011 settlements, but Jr. lived simply, focused on school and sparring. No assets or investments, his wealth was potential and heart. Fans on X reflected, Arturo Jr.'s worth was his fight, money comes later. Lifestyle. Arturo Jr.'s life was a teen's dream of boxing grind and family love in Cancun. At 5 feet 9 inches with a fighter's build, he trained daily, mitts, bags, runs on the beach, eating lean tacos and rice for fuel. Style was casual, hoodies, shorts, Gatti Sr. tees. He lived in a modest apartment with Amanda, driving her old SUV for gym trips. Socially, local boxers and school friends, hobbies included video games and dad's fight videos. In 2025, he was thriving before the end. Fans said, Arturo Jr.'s life was pure potential, gym, grit, family. Challenges? The shadow of senior suicide and the 2009 probe weighed heavy, with Amanda protecting him from media. Aspiring to box meant pressure to live up to Thunder, with early losses testing him. Ex-Post said, Arturo Jr. fought family ghosts, brave kid. In summary, Arturo Gatti Jr., 17, died by suicide on October 7, 2025. No girlfriend or kids, his family was Mom Amanda, minimal net worth. His biography, Son of Thunder, endures. Favorite Gatti Sr. fight? Comment below, like to honor Jr., share with boxing fans. More on Gattis? Let me know. Thanks for watching, keep thundering. Peace.